Hello and welcome. This is a really exciting webinar topic. I'm really passionate about this, so I'm really excited to get going with you. So the topic of this masterclass is a little different than the others. So before, we've been focused a lot on how to get new members for growth. But obviously another big part of growth is actually keeping the members that you've already got. And if anything, it's actually a very good strategy to have because you've already worked at getting these new members. So it's a lot easier to keep them than constantly be working hard to attract new ones, but not keeping the ones that you have already got. So member retention should be a real focus in any membership strategy, but often one that is slightly overlooked for more exciting kind of let's get new members. We need to really make sure we nurture the current members as well. All right, so we're going to move on. So it would be lovely to be a little interactive here and share in the chat what best describes your situation. So A, I know my member retention rates and I'm pretty happy with them. B, I don't have great retention rates, i.e. people cancel often after the week free trial or don't stay around for long. Or C, I have no idea what my retention rates are. So if you can just share in the chat, that would be great. I'd love to just see where we're kind of at. So there's a interactive chat or a private chat. You can use either. Oh, right, cool. So yeah, it's quite often that people don't know what their retention rates are. That's totally fine. It is something that I would potentially track over time. It is really useful to know where your retention rate is at so that then you have a benchmark for improving it in the future. So you want to keep a track of when someone joins, specifically if it's in a week free trial, what percentage of people continue to be a member after and what percentage don't continue. That's a really good kind of stat to have on hand. So I would highly recommend from now everyone starts to do that. So by the end of the masterclass, you have a clear plan to track your retention rates over time and then improve them. And if you stay until the end, you'll also get a free discovery call with me. So kind of a one-on-one strategy session. And you'll also get your onboarding email template for those who have joined live that you can plug and play to nurture your email list. All right. So yeah, for those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a yoga teacher, women's health coach, and a business coach as well. I'm based in Bristol now in the UK. I have a background in digital marketing. I was the head of marketing for a yoga studio just outside of London before I joined Sudor. And I have a real kind of passion, I guess, in health and fitness as well. So kind of bridging all of those things together to now help Sudor creators grow their membership. So you're in the right place if you've got members joining, but they're not sticking around long enough to really see results. If you're relying on content to do all your heavy lifting, but engagement just tends to drop after the first month, and you want loyal, raving fans who stay, refer, and help your membership grow organically. It's a really good way to grow organically using your current members, not having to waste money on ads. So we're going to cover three main pillars in this webinar. So it's going to be kind of three sections, I guess. So the first section will be how to short-term turn your free trial members into loyal superfans. Second part will be longer-term retention strategies. So how do we keep your members coming back for more months on months? And then the third strategy is community and referrals. So how do we build that sense of community that keeps people sticking? And how can we use our members to grow further? Right, so part one, onboarding and early habits. So you only really have one chance to turn a new member into a future super fan. The first few days of a person's experience within your membership really sets a tone for the rest of their experience with you. They're a lot more likely to stay as a member if they have a good first few days experience with you. So that is really, really critical. And I'd like you to just take a moment and imagine that you join a new membership So maybe you have one in mind, a course, a membership, a new gym, anything that you've maybe been on the fence about joining, or maybe you've got an experience where you have joined something new, a club, anything like that. And you join this new thing. There's no welcome message. You're left to figure out what to do. You don't know where anything is. You don't actually know what's included in your membership. If it's online, you're scrolling, you're not sure where to find anything. A few days pass, you kind of forget that you've got it. You don't use it. You don't feel any sort of benefits. You feel like no one even noticed that you joined. Are you likely to cancel? Probably yes, because you're not getting value for your money. You're not feeling a transformation. You're not feeling valued. And all of that is happening simply because there is not an onboarding process in place. They've joined, but there's no follow-up communication to help them. We really want to help them and hold their hand through every step of the process. So now imagine you join something new and you get a warm, personal email straight away. You know exactly what to do, where to go. You're kind of led with the hand, do this, then do that. It's very, very easy step-by-step process. You're invited and welcomed into a community. You complete your first class, you feel really, really good that you've done something. Someone even might message you and ask you how it's gone. That goes a long way. And then you start to believe, I actually can do this. Even just that 10-minute class that I fitted in the last few days, that's made a difference. I want more. So those are the sort of people that are likely to stay. And you can see it's such a difference in user experience. And it's something so simple as missing that onboarding process. Completely changes someone's experience. So what does a great onboarding process look like? So there's kind of a few different factors here. And I think very often with the coaching that I do for creators, missing the mark quite a lot, to be honest. So I know that with Sudor, we get an automated email sent out when someone joins, which is amazing. But that's only one email. That is not enough. So you do need to be having emails going out from an email platform that will nurture your new leads, especially if you have a week free trial, through that first week, each day or every other day, sending them a new email. And this can be set up as an email sequence. Obviously, you don't want to be doing this manually for every new member. You want to just do this automated. If you don't have an email provider or know how to set up email funnels and sequences, that's what I can help with. So definitely book a strategy call with me after this. It is so, so valuable, and it really will make the difference between your membership growing and making money from it, or your members not sticking around and therefore it not growing as much. So first of all, we want clear first steps. There's no guesswork. They need to know exactly how to get started, how to download the app. Is there a web version? And potentially even a first step. So like, where would you direct them to? So with my membership, their first email is, obviously, here's the app, there's a web version. Why don't you try out this class? And it's a really short and easy 10 minutes morning flow. So it's really easy to fit in. They get a mini win. They feel really great. They've already used the membership within their first few days, and you're directing them. Because often the thing with memberships is they're quite overwhelming. There's a lot going on. People don't know where to start. So you can give them that first step. Say, I think you should start here. If your membership's quite broad in terms of there's lots of different levels or places that people could start, you could have a little thing that outlines that and say, are you a beginner? Start here. Are you looking for prenatal classes? Start with this class. Are you looking to lose weight? Here's a recipe. So you're directing people already into what they need. Number 2, emotional connection. People stay where they feel seen, understood, and supported. So in that email sequence, and I will supply the templates after this, make them feel seen. Ask them a question. Ask them, why did you join? I would love to know. Reply to this email. And if they reply, you can then email them back. Welcome them in. That makes such a difference. Number 3, quick win. When someone experiences a small success early on, it really builds self-belief and momentum. So get your first class done. Send a screenshot and send it in the community chat when you've done it. Let me know how you found it. All of these little things make such a difference. So get people very early on and in the free trial specifically to win in some way. It might even just be downloading the app and saying hi in the community chat. That's also a win, but celebrate all of these things. And then number 4, which is a really interesting one, is repetition of a core habit. So you want the membership to become part of someone's daily routine. That's how they're going to stay as a long-term member. So how could you create a kind of core habit out of your membership? Maybe it's using a daily streak. Maybe it's saying hi and checking in the community chat once a week. Maybe it's scheduling out their classes using the calendar feature that we have. So scheduling out the classes they're going to practice that week. How are you incorporating this app into their life? And you can suggest ways. Again, you're guiding them. You're not just providing content, you're really guiding them. And mentioned here already, so that an onboarding email funnel. So when you get a new member, and this is what I would recommend doing every few days, checking your dashboard, seeing your Excel spreadsheet, any new members upload into your email provider and put them into the group members, which will trigger an email sequence. And again, have a free call with me if you need help with setting this up. But it's about 5 emails, spans a week free trial. It really improves conversion rates. And the kind of general structure that we would look for would be welcome and logistics, first email. Second email, quick wins, suggestions of where to start. Third, meet the community. You might even do a feature on a particular member or member transformation, get them feeling excited about this journey they're about to embark on. Number 4, motivation boost and celebrate them. And number 5, what's next, and envisioning their future with the membership. What's their goals? Where are you going to help them get to? What will their life look like if they stick with this? Really, really important to make sure that's in place. All right, so that's part 1. Are there any questions at this point, or is everyone feeling quite comfortable with that? Okay. So part 2, longer term retention strategies. So consistency over content. So what I mean here is getting someone to practice consistently is a lot better than just overwhelming them with loads of content. What do you think is the number 1 reason why someone cancels? And you can write this in the chat or just have a think in your own mind. Not enough content, missing features, or loss of momentum and guidance. C, yeah, lots of people saying C. You can share in the group chat as well. C, yeah. Exactly. So often with people that I coach, they get into the mentality of more is better. More classes equals more value, equals people will enjoy it more. That's actually not true at all. People get overwhelmed. If they log into a membership and have no idea where to start, you get decision fatigue, and then you don't do anything, and then you cancel. Actually, what's a lot better is having a really clear membership journey. So where are they starting? What's their structure? What are your guidelines? How many times a week should they be practicing to get the results they want? Could you give them a weekly plan? Could you say, literally start here? Maybe it's a welcome video. Maybe it's a mini course that you have in that app. Maybe it's a beginner section, whatever it is, but they need something to follow. Otherwise, they're going to get lost. So there are 4 strategies for long-term membership retention. So mentioned this already, the membership journey, recognition and celebration, structure and guidance, and then there's a few other tips and tricks I'll include as well. So the member's journey, what is your A to B that your membership offers? So people join a membership because they want a transformation. They have some sort of problem that your membership fixes. So whether that's not moving enough, or they want to lose weight, or they're missing community, or they want to practice yoga but they can't go to studio. There's always a reason, obviously, why someone will join a membership, otherwise they wouldn't join, right? So thinking about that and doing some work on your ideal client, and again, this is something that I work with my coaching clients because it's really the fundamental of everything. You need to know what they want their transformation to be, and therefore you can then plan your membership to create that transformational journey for them. Selling a course can actually be a lot easier than selling a membership because it's so clear what the transformation is. By the 6-week course, by the end of it, you'd have lost weight, whatever it is. That's an example. But a membership is a little bit more, it's a little bit more difficult to define and have a tangible outcome. So you need to create that for your members to keep them motivated and get them moving and get them going with it. So could you incorporate somehow checkpoints, moments for reflection, celebrate their success? Like, how are they moving through your membership? Is there a certain mini course for beginners that they then can move on to other classes? That kind of thing. So something to flesh out and to journal on, write notes out. Again, can chat to me about what that could look like for you. But having that membership journey so people know where they are and know where they're going is what's going to keep people in it. A really lovely way to keep the members' journey alive as well is to, a lot of people don't actually know this feature exists, but in the top right corner, there's a little person icon. If you click on that, you will see that there are a number of sessions someone's completed and also a daily streak. So this could be a cool way to maybe unlock, a member level. So you're a gold member once you've hit your 100 sessions, or maybe you send them a little prize, or maybe you give them a shout out in your community chat. With the daily streak, maybe you could have a little consistency challenge, who can get the biggest daily streak this month, that kind of thing. So kind of trying to almost like gamify the membership is also a really nice way to give people that sense of being on a journey and being on that transformation. Creating recognition with member of the month. I really love this one. So we want to celebrate consistency, transformation, and positivity. So you can feature them in your emails, apps, and socials, whatever's kind of appropriate for you. And you can give small rewards to your most valuable members, I guess, of that month. You could also let your community nominate members if there are enough of them. But how I do this is I will pick a member of the month. This is someone who's shown up to live classes or maybe contributed in the WhatsApp group or whatever it is. Maybe they've got a good consistency streak. And I will send them a little prize at the end of the month. So it's normally something quite small, like if I get anything sent from brands, I'll normally gift it as a member prize. That could be like vitamins, something to do with women's health. Lavender eye pillow is always a really popular one. I've given that away a few times. This costs like £7. It's not a lot of money, but it creates a really lovely sense of celebration and care that is priceless. And the rest of the group celebrate that person. They're happy for them. That person obviously feels great. And other people stick around because they think, I want to be that. I want to get a little prize. So think about doing little touches like that. I think people have this idea that memberships are just quite a sort of, they can be quite a passive source of income. Once you do the classes and you do the lives, everything will just roll in and it's quite a low touch point. But actually, if you want to create a sense of a real community, you have to put the effort in because it goes such a long way. People will never forget how you make them feel. So make them feel celebrated, make them feel really special and like they belong. I started working with a business coach recently to get a bit more knowledge around the new Meta Ads features. And I joined her kind of group coaching cohort thing. And she sent me a little wash bag and a bar of Tony's chocolonely in the post. I didn't know that she was doing that, but I just got it in the post like a week after I joined. And I just thought, that's so nice, So little touches like that I'm not suggesting that you send out a present to everyone who joins a membership because it's a low ticket offer, so that wouldn't make sense. This is a higher ticket offer, but you could do member of the month prizes and that would go a long way. So we could also do monthly themes and challenges. So anchor the calendar with engaging events. Could you do a monthly masterclass? Maybe get a special guest in. Could you do a special longer live class once a month? For me, I do like a full moon live class once a month. And this increases consistency because there's a bit of a sense of direction, There's stuff planned for the month that makes them want to stay. And a few other sticky retention tactics. So you could have a little 6-month milestone shout out or even a sort of year shout out, give them a little gift. Monthly Q&A or progress check-ins. You could go live once a month and just have teas and chats with anyone who wants to have a chat with you, get questions answered, just have a general membership meetup. Bonuses unlocked after certain streaks. If someone's got like 20-day daily streak, could you give them a voucher for something, or maybe a little discount on their next month or something like that? And use Sudor push notifications strategically to keep them going, so keep them practicing, keep reminding them that the app exists. The great thing with notifications as well is if someone downloads your app, even if they haven't created an account, they'll still get the notifications. So it's a really good way to kind of make people have a bit of FOMO and think, oh, what's going on in the membership? Are there any questions after part 2, or any comments to add, or any reflections, or anything like that? Okay. So part 3, community and referrals. So utilize your biggest fans. That's meant to say with an S on the end. So we said this before, Sudor. We love to say this because it's true. People come for the content, but they stay for the community. It's so, so true. I actually had a member recently who messaged me and said, oh, my husband told me I should cancel the membership because I haven't used it in a few months, but I didn't want to lose the community chat. I would miss it, so I'm sticking around. And that was just such a reminder of the power of creating a sense of community. So what can we do to do that? So yes, one-to-one coaching creates loyalty, but peer support really does as well. So utilize your other members to create a sense of peer support and create an environment where people feel like they can celebrate each other, they can share vulnerabilities, they can ask questions in the group. Members stay for the people. So you kind of want members to get to know each other. Live classes, obviously really important for that. But if you don't want to go live regularly, at least a monthly live in some way would be helpful, so they can see your face and see each other. Have a monthly online meetup, or maybe even an in-person event. I started running retreats last year and had quite a lot of my members come on the retreat, and now every time they go live and they're all there, they always say, oh, hi. And it's really nice. And I think that keeps them coming to the lives more, with the fact that they've met in person. So, could you do an in-person day retreat, for instance? Community is a container for transformation because it creates a sense of belonging. So that's where people really feel seen, heard, and empowered. So you want people to feel like they belong, have a good sense of identity of your values, of your membership, and what your membership stands for, and to kind of create a sense of belonging with everyone who's in it. So we can create super fans by weekly group prompts. So Motivation Monday, Catch Up Friday, Wellbeing Wednesday. I think theming your days and being quite strict with what you say on each day really helps you be consistent. So for instance, with mine, every Monday in the WhatsApp group and email, I will always send out a message saying, hope everyone had a good weekend. Here's the lives that are happening this week. Anything extra that's happening, any new classes, do a little poll. How are we feeling? What classes are we going to do? Something like that. On a Wednesday, I try and have, well, this does sometimes slip, but try and do Wellbeing Wednesday, which is a little newsfeed post in the app once a week. And then Friday, normally just wrapping up the week, telling them to have a good weekend. If you think that's too much, you don't have to do all of them, but just what I mean is like stick to a day, and it will help you stay kind of more clear on what you're doing. And also for your members will create a sense of trust and reassurance that they know what to expect from you. You're not just going to bombard them one week and be really on it and then just ghost everyone for 2 weeks and disappear. That's not what you want. You want to create a consistent kind of messaging. Member spotlights or transformation shares, and obviously ask permission before, but if someone is particularly getting a lot out of the membership, celebrate them, share them. And community rituals. So, do people want to share anything on a Friday? Is there like a challenge that's happening like once a month? Like, can you create a kind of monthly theme? Well, not a theme, actually, we're going to go into that in a moment, but can you create a kind of monthly structure, I guess? So Friday wins, beginning of the month, journal prompts, full moon, something, so there's these anchor points throughout the month that kind of creates a sense of ritual in what you're doing. Because as I said before, it is not just about providing content. Obviously, your classes are amazing and people want them because they're your classes. But at the same time, people could get classes off YouTube for free. The reason why they're actually paying is because they want the guidance, the structure, the community, and support. So you need to kind of think about how you're going to give them that within your framework of your membership. So moving on to kind of referrals, if your members are getting results, they'll want to talk about it. Obviously, people like to share when things are going well. So introducing a referral scheme that rewards them for sharing is a great thing to do. And the ways that you could incorporate this with Sudor. So you could add a referral call to action in your app Explore Circle section. So it could be, got anyone who would love the membership? Click here. And then to that link could be your WhatsApp or your email. And you get them to write who they would like to refer. You can use email to write top engagers to refer. So you could just send out emails to your top members, just saying, I want to grow the membership. The bigger it gets, the better I can make it, and would absolutely love for you to share its benefits with people in your world. And you can also invite a friend into your onboarding funnel. So if you wanted to include in one of the emails, in the onboarding emails, you could say something like, how about getting an accountability buddy? Share with them the sign up page here. A little trick that I do to kind of keep it a track of things a little more, and especially if you want to be able to compensate your members for referring others. This is particularly relevant if they're going to have more than one referral. So if they might have quite a few referrals, you could create a specific coupon code. Say it would be their name. So say Katie has 5 friends that she wants to refer, and maybe more in the future. You would create a coupon code called Katie, and you would tell Katie that she could share your sign up page plus her coupon code to any people that she wants to refer. This referral code would give them, say, 10% off, because it's always handy having a little bit of a hook. So you can say to Katie, you can share this and say, this is my exclusive invite link, and you'll get 10% off if you use this coupon code. And what it means is that member is essentially tagged with Katie's name on the back end. So when you see your members, you can see on your dashboard what coupon code they have attached to them. And if they have Katie, then you know that they've come from her. And if you did want to then subsidize Katie for that, you could then do that. And that might look like taking 10% off her membership, or giving her a discount on her next month, or giving her credit, or whatever it is. So that's the kind of way that you can manage that and actually give rewards back to people who are referring, which obviously does definitely boost people's motivation to share it. Okay, so does anyone do referrals at the moment? Would be interested to hear. Share in the chat if you do. No, okay, yeah, all good. Sometimes it can be good to just work out where you're going with your current members before doing referrals, for sure. But it is a really great way to grow. And it also helps your members feel part of something, I think, as well. The way that you word it is important. So the way I would word it would be, we're in this together. I want to grow the membership so that I can make it even better for you. And the more members we have, the better I can make it. So help me out by sharing it with people who you know would benefit from this. And in return, I'll give you X, Y, Z. But also, we're all a part of this together. Like let's take it as a team effort kind of thing, because then they feel like they belong. And it's true as well. The more members you have, the more opportunity you have to improve the membership. So they have a vested interest as well. Okay, cool. Rima, we're introduced recently but haven't had one yet. Okay, cool. So yeah, maybe if we had a call, that's something we could talk about of how to actually make that happen. It is a little bit fiddly, but I think having a bit of a strategy in place can help there. So let's do a little roundup of your superfan system. So number 1, on board with care. Make sure that as soon as they join, they know exactly where to go, what to do. They get a class suggestion, they get checked in on, and they get invited into the community. Really, really important. The email from Sudor is not enough. That's great to have that, but we need the email sequence to lead them through the week free trial. Number 2, guide them with structure. So where are you going to direct them to? Do they start the beginners program? Maybe they need to ask you in the community chat. Maybe that's a problem. Maybe that's how you can guide them and just say, if you're not sure where to start, please ask in the community chat, and I will guide you. Or please let me know where you're at or what your goals are, and I will guide you with somewhere to start. Really important, that as well. Number 3, celebrate them. So celebrate them if they've done their first class, celebrate them if they've joined their first live class, celebrate them for writing in the chat, celebrate them for having a daily streak, celebrate member of the month. Yeah, that's big. And then 4, turning them into referrals, like we just mentioned. So you can mention in the chat here, what is one thing that you'll implement this week, or maybe it's more than one, that you want to get on with to improve your onboarding process? Rewriting the onboarding funnel, launching member of the month, mapping out next month's theme, drafting your referral message. So yeah, you can drop your answers in the chat or you can DM me after. I am going to also include in the email template bonus 6 ideas for monthly themes if you're a bit stuck on what monthly themes might look like, because monthly themes are a really nice way to, again, give a bit of structure and kind of, yeah, give a bit of structure, I guess, to your membership so people can look forward to what's happening next month. Nice. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing, everyone. Just looking the other chat. Nice. Cool. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. You've got some notes written down of steps that you can take. Rewriting onboarding emails. Yeah, cool. I will include the template for you in a follow-up email tomorrow. So yeah, you can book a free strategy session with me. I will pop the link here for you to find a time. And if you want a clear strategy to grow your membership with all of the template support and guidance that you need, then we have a special offer. We have a group coaching cohort starting in the next few weeks, and it's 6 weeks long and limited to just 5 creators. So it's a nice small group. We've run this a few times before and had really great success, and it's been a lovely, supportive group. And this one in particular is focusing on building and optimizing your freebie and then using that to grow your audience for a September launch or challenge, and also looking at ads and how we can use ads to promote your freebie and grow your audience. We'll also be looking at emails as well. So definitely book a call if you're interested in exploring that. There are a few spaces left. If you'd just like to chat and get a strategy anyway, you can also book a call with me. That's absolutely fine. In the 6 weeks, so you get a weekly Zoom coaching call, live implementation, templates, funnels, email scripts, and Monday to Friday support from me. So lots of hands-on one-on-one time as well as the group. So yeah, book a call with me to find out more or to just generally have a chat about how to help move the needle in your membership. And this is just a bit of text from a client that I have previously, actually finished with a few weeks ago in our coaching. And I just thought I would share it here just to show the value of coaching. I think often people will just kind of think that's not for me or it's too much money and just immediately not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's late in the day. Yeah, they'll just push it away. But actually, when you think about the value that coaching gives, not just in the 6 weeks, but actually ongoing in the whole business, in some ways it's invaluable because the structures and the frameworks and the lessons that you learn will continue to give you benefits in the future. So yeah, this was really nice words that were shared afterwards. The 6 weeks went by super fast, but walking away with more clarity, confidence, and a sense of direction. Feel ready to keep going this path, and big part of that success support. So this was someone who was just launching. So yeah, definitely consider how coaching might help your business if you're serious about growth. And I look forward to having a chat with you on our free call. Do let me know if there are any questions. I will be sending out a follow-up email tomorrow with a link to the call booking and also your bonuses for joining live for those that joined live. If you're catching up as well, well done for catching up. Always here to help with any questions. My email is kat@sudor.fit or sudor.com. Actually, I think it's changed to kat@sudor.com. And yeah, I hope you found that useful and I've got some things to implement now. As well as looking forward to new members. We have to always take care of our current members. They are our current super fans, so we want to nurture them as well. Cool. Thanks, Emma. Likewise. Thanks for joining and well done. Thanks, everyone. Oh, good. I'm glad. Well done for finding the time, all of you. And if you're catching up as well, well done too. I hope I will speak to you soon in our strategy session. All right, I'm going to end the recording now. So yeah, thanks everyone. Bye.